recapping another busy week of prep sports. It's High School Sports Talk on ESPN Radio 94.1.
Back here on High School Sports Talk with the coach, Ed Young. I am Matt Hatfield, and joining us now is a special guest. He is the head basketball coach of the Western Branch Bruins, coming off back-to-back trips to the state tournament Final Four, and they have the Bruins Showcase today to begin the January Fest of Saturday Hoops extravaganzas, if you will. Some hot basketball action over there in Chesapeake going out. They got some JV girls games, then I think a quartet of boys games, including Ed Young's Warriors. We say good morning to Coach Paul Hall, victorious last night over the Deep Creek Hornets, as we mentioned earlier. Coach, how you doing out there?
Hey, man, how's it going, man? Just trying to get everything set up. I'm actually hanging up some posters, but I always got to take time out to talk to you and Coach Young.
Oh, okay, good deal. Just as long as you got the posters in the right place and don't yell at you, you're in good shape.
Hey, Paul, that's Charles' job to put up those posters. Now, you're the tournament director.
Well, you know what? They fell down. He put them up last night. They fell, so I had to get them back up again today.
And once again, if you want something done right, do it yourself.
We'll bring him some better tape or something like that. You know, use the right sticky tape or something. But
definitely.
Before we get into your showcase, a good win for your squad last night. I know you played one game over the holidays, I believe it was, out of state for a tournament. Ever since the season opening loss to Oscar Smith, who you will see again, a chance to get revenge, and you might even run into him again in the playoffs. Dare we say the regional semis or championship? You never know. But you guys have been playing rather good.
Well, we're still not gelling quite like I want us to. I had to actually, kind of yell at them a little bit last night because they just too many different parts coming together. We had two new guys coming in with Jaden Jefferson and Ephraim Johnson, and then we had a slew of JV guys coming up because we lost 5 seniors last year. And just trying to mix all those components together into a winning team, and it's been tough and it's been trying because, of course, everyone wants to start, everyone wants to shoot the ball all the time. And just tell them, hey, just play a role. Just play a role to lead to our success, and then that'll make things go a lot smoother.
And Jefferson, the son of ODU assistant coach Kelvin Jefferson, for those that don't know, kind of having a breakout year to go with some of the returnees you have, and many of them back, though you did graduate the likes of DJ Driscoll and Saquon White on the front line from your team that got to the state championship game last year. You brought back Kendall Bonham, DeMarcus Shepard, a host of those role players. So pretty much you brought back a lot of your experience from last season's squad.
Yeah, we had about 8 guys back, and we had 5 new guys coming in. It's just, like I said, it's just a matter of guys finally getting healthy. First game we played Smith, not to take anything away from them, they played a great game. But we had DeMarcus Shepard, probably our best defender and our team leader. He was out, and young Troy got hurt early in that game. And those two are big in the realm of what we do. And with them out, it made it kind of tough for us to do some of the things that we wanted to do. And then, again, just being the first game and guys not gelling quite properly yet, it made for a tough night for us. But since then, we've gone on the road. I think we run 1-7 in a row, and we've been doing okay.
Paul, you effort the idea of role playing. You and I do a lot of talking. I told Matt, thank God I'm done with Western Branch. I don't have to worry about running into that major roadblock during the season now. But in terms of getting the players to play role, your style last year, you had the Driscoll boy, big kid inside, now playing at the college level. Saquon White, 6'5", inside-outside kid. You're not quite as big, but you're playing a little bit more up-tempo. You've got you could put 5 shooters on the floor. You could put 5 guards on the floor. How do you get the idea of role playing into these kids, especially transfers coming in?
Well, Coach, I learned my lessons from you. If you can't do what I say, sit on the bench. And the bench is
Simple
a great
enough.
teacher. The bench is a great teacher. Okay, you want to shoot on? Okay, we'll sit on the bench and watch other people play. And then once they realize that, okay, if I don't do what Coach wants me to do, I'm not going to play, then they usually buy into the team concept. And that's, in this generation of me first, and everybody wants to go D1, and everybody wants to be the star. You can't play for 5 guys at a time, and that's the toughest thing for some of these kids to know. And then sometimes you just got to wait your turn. I got 4 guys that have been to the state tournament 2 years in a row. They didn't do that by accident. I'm not just going to set those guys down on the bench, especially when I have a lot of confidence in them, and I know they know our system, and I know they know what's going on. So, if you want to beat them, if you want to play in front of them, you have to beat them. And, that's been a struggle right now this year, guys trying to understand that concept that it's not going to just be given to you. You're not entitled to it. You have to earn it.
Tell you what, well spoken. That's the whole idea. You get people coming in saying, Coach, I averaged 21 points on AAU, and I'll say, okay, so what does that have to do with me? Because I've got 3 other scorers. Can you play defense? Right. And if you can't, well, then, like you said, you learn sitting down watching because you're not going to come in the game and screw it up, or you can't miss shots from sitting on the bench. So that's where you'll be until we get the right people to do it. And that's not to put down players, not to put down parents, put people in their place. This is what has to be done to be successful. And your program of all right now, people don't realize that, hey, we've been to states. So you're not going to take us to states. We've been there. So you have to be able to fill your role to help us get back there. And a lot of times that whole concept is just lost.
Yeah, speaking of that, Coach, you guys had a big win last night. I saw you guys beat Lakeland last night.
Yeah, we started out 8-0 on them. I thought we'd play okay. And then as soon as I said, let me get a sip of water, that was it. They go on a 24-6 run. Somebody says, why didn't I call any timeouts? I said, because I knew in the second half it was going to get close, and I was going to wait till we could go to the foul line with a tie score and get a lead.
Ed, that's your problem. You don't need to sip water. Either you drink green tea or you drink what I put up on Facebook, that tropical fruit punch. That's the great stuff. You'll love that.
And I get that, and somebody probably be pouring all over me.
Coconut water, baby. Coconut water. That's what I drink.
Coconut water, really?
Coconut water.
That's
them coconut flakes choking my throat, though. That's why I can't drink coconut water.
Talking with Paul Hall. He's the head boys basketball coach of the Western Branch Bruins. Back-to-back trips to the state tournament, hoping to make it a three-peat this year. It's High School Sports Talk presented by VirginiaPreps.com on ESPN Radio 94.1. 7-game win streak for the Bruins, who next host Grassfield on Tuesday. Not an accident today, but Coach Hall and his staff will have the notebook out, scouting and prepping for some games. And you got a lot of basketball today over there at Western Branch. Yeah, Matt, we have some great teams coming in today. We start off with, Churchland and Deep Run. That's at 12 o'clock, about 12:30. Churchland's playing very well now. He has Sharif Bynum and Anthony Davis. Don't know much about Deep Run, but their coach always has them playing hard and prepared. Then after that, at 2 o'clock, we have a girls' game. Our girls are playing Pasquotank. They took a tough loss last night at the buzzer to Deep Creek. 3:15, that's the game you were talking about. Grassfield and Woodbridge is coming in. We got the Dawkins brothers coming in, two of the top scorers in the area. They're coming in to play against Woodbridge, who's actually coached by a former Western Branch alumni, Coach Kofer. Yeah.
4:45, Kempsville and Nansemond River. That's one of our marquee games. Kempsville has had a great season this year. Coach Taff Hickman's doing a great job with those guys. And, of course, Coach Young has Nansemond River playing extremely well, so that should be a good matchup. And then 6:30, you have Green Run and North Stafford. Everybody knows A.J. James and Kenny Harris. They'll be ready to come in here. North Stafford, I don't know much about them. Maybe Matt can talk more about them.
Yeah, they won last night, and they have one of the best, not to cut you off, Paul, but they have one of the best junior guards in the state, Javon Swinton. I think he scored 41 points a week and a half ago in a game, so he can light it up. Yeah.
That's a good contest between him and A.J. then. And then at 8 o'clock, our marquee game. We bring in the number one team in the state, according to Matt Hatfield, Patriot. Sherman Rivers and Patriot are coming in to play Cox. They're good guards of Robinson and Lewis and Kayvon James. So that should be a great matchup.
Yeah, Patriot the only unbeaten right now at 11-0. But Coach Hall can take some solace. In fact, he beat them last year, and you never know. He could be on a collision course, you guys and them. You never know come state championship time. And your girls' coach, Troy Terry, we wanted to get him on today, but he said, let me wait a week, prepare, because I think he wants to study up on Fact or Fiction against Ed, because the last time they did that game, Paul, I think they tied. So he's got to brush up on the trivia stuff.
Yeah, I just talked to Sherman earlier today, and we just talked about some things, and we talked about actually us going back up there next year to play those guys again. So actually, we were supposed to play them this year, but we couldn't work it out. I matched them up with Cox by chance, and so hopefully we can get back up there and play Patriot again next year.
Well, Ed, there's a lot of good teams there. I mean, your main game with Kempsville at 4:45 should be intriguing with both of y'all jockeying for positioning in Region 5A. Kempsville, I think, coming in at 8-4, led by Tyson Brown, a double-double inside. But some other teams that have very much state tournament aspirations, the Western Branch Girls, Patriot and Cox in Class 6, Green Run North Stafford in Class 5, and I mean, wouldn't rule out maybe even a run for Churchland in Class 4 to make some noise this year.
Yeah, I think in these matchups that Paul did, I look at a lot of these games should be under 10 points. I mean, these should be close games. The matchups are pretty good, and I think some teams have highlight players, and of course, I'm just concerned about trying to beat Kempsville, being at their Division 5 with us too. But I like the matchups. So I did a good job with it.
Yeah, good job, Paul. And that means Paul, Ed's saying that close games. That means he's gonna have a triple overtime game today, right, for Ed?
I got places to go. We can't have overtimes.
So if you're down 2, you're going for the win. You're not going to try to tie
Going for the win, baby. I'm throwing it 4th and long. We're going for it.
You went overtime last night, right?
No. Matt said he heard that too. No,
yeah, I think that was a misprint. But
we hit the free throw with 14 seconds to go, and then we gave them like 16 shots in the last 8 seconds. We were trying to let them win, and then thank God the ball rolled out instead of in for our luck. So hopefully we can do something. We have enough energy left today to take care of Kempsville.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for the time. We'll be over there in a little bit. Western Branch Showcase, again, 12:30 p.m., Churchland Deep Run. You got Western Branch, Pasquotank Girls at 2. Following that at 3:15, it'll be Grassfield, Woodbridge, 4:45, Nansman River and Kempsville, 6:30, Green Run, North Stafford, Patriot, number 1 in Class 6, taking on Cox at 8 o'clock. And final one, ticket prices for those going out there. How much is it going to cost?
It's $10 for adults, students with ID, $6.
Okay.
And then kids under 5 are free.
Oh, Matt wants to know, is there a hospitality room? He didn't want to ask you that.
Hey, Western Branch, we always do the hospitality room big. We got a lot of good stuff, and I can't tell it over the air, but it's a lot of great stuff in that hospitality room, man.
I'm going to crush that. I will
got to see it to believe it.
I will see it, I will believe it, and I will eat it. So save me a plate, and I'm sure Ed will have a couple as well. And we'll see you over there in a little bit, Paul. Thank you so much, and congrats on the season so far.
All right, thanks, man. It's always great talking to you guys.
Yep.
See you soon.
That is Paul Hall, head boys basketball coach at Western Branch High in Chesapeake. Got the showcase there today. If you want to see Paul Hall, you can see him. You can see the likes of Churchland, Deep Run, Western Branch, Pasquotank Girls, Grassfield, Woodbridge, Nansman River, Kempsville, Green Run, North Stafford, and Patriot Cox. And you can see my co-host Ed Young. He will be signing autographs, people, if he wins today. If he doesn't win, he'll just be back there getting food and drowning himself in his sorrows.
I don't know about signing autographs, but I would like to. I always up to talk to people if they want to talk, so I have no problem doing that.
A big Saturday night with back-to-back wins for Coach.
Yeah, well, how about this, Thomas? With him and Taft Hickman, I think combined, you guys have at least over 1,000 wins career because he's over 600, you're over 450. So you guys are bringing in the wins there.
That's 2 long-time coaches in different
they're
places.
Old, no, they're
yeah, I replace old with long. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, both of you guys, I think combined 3. He won 2 up there in the Maryland, D.C. area. You won 1 Suffolk High. So there you go. Nice little matchup with you and Coach Hickman.
Just get the kids to listen.
Yeah, that's the key. All right, more to do here on High School Sports Talk. Give us a call. We'll open up the phone lines for you at 757-687-9494. Give us a call at 757-687-9494 right here on your home for sports. We got some playoff games to pick and tell you about the Virginia Preps Classic later on, too, on ESPN Radio 94.1.